snow. Oh, and there it is. Oh, all right, cool. Cool. Stream's going. All right. So it seems like the first person in chat since the stream started was Dr. Kip. Oh no, you're late. Don't worry about it. So, well, that's fun. So, right. It's tough though because it looks like Sakram Sama was here before we started the stream. So, what's the ruling there? That's true. Cheating is a sin. We'll go that far with it. You need to buy an indulgence from Kenyon for what's the price? All right, then yeah. Ah, no one can hear Kenyon. On your OBS, do you have a standard? Do you have like regular input audio? I did, Lucy. I finally snapped. I will. Yeah, just you don't. It's a good thing you're not in Connecticut right now. I'll say that much.
Guys? Ren, say something.
Hello.
Okay, we're good. We're good. Chat. Chat says Kenyon.
Yay! All right. Awesome. Everyone's here?
Yeah, everyone's here.
Everyone's good? So how have you been?
Very good.
No?
I was,
That's good.
you know, getting ready. We're on spring break right now, chat, and we're having a good time. I think that,
Yeah.
now is the time to just chill. We're having a good time.
That is true.
Just a prisoner in Ren's basement. That's neither
Yeah.
nor divide. It's just
I mean, prisoner is such a strong word. I prefer to say voluntary guest.
yeah. Well, voluntary at first. So,
Yeah.
so Ren, I have to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for this chapter? Kev's kind of quiet.
Define ready.
Am I louder now?
Oh,
Chat? Chat? Hello? Chat?
hello?
Chat?
Hello, chat.
Chat? I'm boosting me. I'm boosting chat. Boosting.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
Boosting chat. I'm boosting.
I don't know, but I believe you. Oh.
So, the big question is,
Mm-hmm.
do we tell chat about our plans?
About our plans?
Yes.
Regarding the sponsorship deal?
Well, we already were sponsored by George House. Sponsored by George House, by the way.
That's true. Sponsored.
But chat's asking about plans, and I think I might have to spoil it.
I guess you may.
Chat, we have to say that this is the third to last chapter.
Ah, those plans, yes.
This is coming to a close.
It does so seem. I know, you're all very disappointed. And I can't say I blame you, it's been quite the roller coaster.
Yeah. It's been quite the roller coaster. This may not be the end of us streaming. Maybe we'll continue to stream.
No.
But this novel is coming to a close very soon. The climax is almost here.
And, you know, it's as they say, all things must come to an end, and I hope we'll just give this one quite a bang of an ending.
Yeah, that's the hope. That's the hope. The bigger thing, though, is will we get the movie deal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If our film director friend, Sakura Salma, will give us the movie deal, then we're set. Besides that, it doesn't really matter.
They're asking new novel? Question mark.
Maybe.
Book deal when? Question mark.
Depends on what we want, chat.
Yeah.
Depends on what we're aiming for.
I think we both agree that after this we might want to take a little bit of a break, but after that, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, of streaming, maybe not, but
Right, just of book
of
writing.
book writing. It's been a
This
little
has
tough to
been
keep up the
yeah,
schedule.
yeah. I've definitely found myself a bit creatively, progressively more drained as the book has gone on, but that's just normal
Hmm.
with something like this.
But it's almost
So
it's almost wrapped.
it is,
$6 million
and then
budget
begins
from where? Soccer
6 million. That's impressive. Do you have that under your bed?
He probably does. On him, probably.
Yeah, you know,
Chat, for you who
just
don't
like
know, Sakram Salma is infamous for hoarding cash.
oh, is he?
He is.
Interesting. I didn't. Where did you say he lives again?
He lives somewhere.
Okay,
I'll give you the
yeah,
address later, but that's more of a personal thing.
that's true. Anyway, I should have known it was the end times when someone besides Sakram got the Darwin Nichols. That's very true. I think we just, it's just where you live. People know. And now everyone knows that you live somewhere.
Yeah, you are in fact alive. How do
Yeah.
I know where you live? Well, you told me. That's first of all. Discount Cthulhu?
So, Kenyon.
So gender. Don't know
Hmm,
what you're asking a gender for. You just doxed
yeah.
Ren and Kev. Doxing is a strong word.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Is there anything we prefer to say? I think just, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're ready
So,
to roll,
Kenyon.
right?
Yeah, I was going to ask the segue question. What was your thinking writing
Um,
this chapter?
to make sure that the climax of our novel was as brutally violent as possible. That was my goal, really. And I think I got there. I
Well,
think I gave you all the armaments to make it very violent.
huh, man, I didn't have any expectations now, but I didn't think I didn't have any expectations before, but now, uh, they've gone right up. Violence, man, that's exciting.
I know, it's your favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, yeah. And what will you be playing this episode?
Well, I think at this point, for me, it's a bit of a classic, but I have to play.
Skyrim?
No, not Skyrim. Who do you think I am? A gremlin? I have to play a little bit of Coloring Pixels, so I cannot go insane.
Ah, yes, very true.
Chat says, yo, Coloring Pixels. Chat,
Nice.
I'm hyped too.
I mean, it is very fun.
Sakram
I've
Salma says,
never played
wait,
it,
I'm
but
gonna
I
go with Sakram
assume.
Salma. I am a gremlin. Sakram Salma. My bad. I don't mean to be
Ah,
feminist.
interesting.
Gremlinard. Gremlinite. I'm gonna go with Gremlinard.
Well then,
Shall we begin?
while you are continuing drawing this moonlit sky, I think I will start on chapter 16.
Please do.
Fritz and I wandered back to his car. The whole walk was dead silent. Fritz held this comical smile on his face and stared up to the clouds. He kept chuckling and looking at me, but he refused to say anything. What a strange specimen this man was. Personally, I was on edge. I knew that the IRS finally had me in their sights and were looking to make quick work of me. I just didn't feel safe in my own skin anymore. At any turn, there could be an agent waiting to stab me with a taser or rip my legs off. With the information of the location of the guidesman meeting, we knew where we could find the murderer. I just knew that at some point they would find me, and what could I do? Even with my expertise in Krav Maga, I don't think that I could stand up to multiple armed IRS agents at once. I've reflected on every skill I've ever had. Since this was quite the broad list, by the time I had finally exited my thoughts, Fritz and I were on the road, driving towards the state capitol. I swerved as I regained a present consciousness. Wow, this is surprisingly competent as a driver for John if he hasn't crashed yet while, head in the clouds.
I mean, he's getting skilled, you know? He's getting skilled.
Yeah. What the hell, John? Fritz screamed. Sorry, man, I just got spooked. I thought I saw something on the road. Fritz laughed. What the hell are you thinking, man? Just listen to my directions. No need to pay attention to the road. No one's even driving right now anyway. I sighed. This Fritz guy really did have an ego of steel. Not something I'm very keen on. I wondered if Fritz would ever change to be a better man, learn a lesson or two from me. To be truthful, though, I don't think he would. He just seems too self-centered to ever even get a single message in that small brain of his. I wish I just had a partner more like me. All right. I continued down the road, driving at my own pace. After about an hour or so of driving, listening to Fritz order me around France, yes, I saw a flash of red and blue behind me. A siren soon followed, and I panicked. I knew that this was it. I couldn't outrun the IRS in the car. They had agents all across the globe. For now, I just have to turn myself in. I pulled my car to the side of the road as quickly as I could, and since I didn't have much control over the speed while slowing down, I knocked into the barrier on the side of the highway a bit. This rocked the car violently, but knowing that Shulman wasn't going to use the car, I didn't feel so bad. The blinking red and blue slowly approached, and my heart began to leap into my throat. The police cruiser stopped, and then a man walked out of the car towards me. He was tall and muscular, and carried a small revolver on his hip. I knew this was my one chance to get something that could help me defeat the guidesman at the Capitol. Is he about to display his Krav Maga prowess once again?
You'll just have to read.
The officer knocked on my window, and I slowly rolled it down. License and registration, please, the officer asked mechanically. I looked at Fritz and winked. How about no? The officer looked at me confused, but I took my opportunity. I grabbed his head and slammed it down on the open car door. His head bounced off it violently, and he stumbled backwards, falling over. I threw my door open, scraping against his thighs, and then scurried to his side. I pulled the gun out of his side pouch. I placed it to his temple, but I knew better. He used something I learned while training Krav Maga called the Vulcan pinch, or something like that. It made him pass out. You got some email. I think you're right. Very 0 to 100.
Yeah, 0 to 100 so quick, so fucking quickly. You know? He's just doing his thing, you know? He's just getting his way in the Krav Maga land.
This is just John Marsh daily,
That's true. That's true.
I quickly scurried to the patrol car and began to ransack it. All I was looking for were more bullets, but I searched through some papers in the officer's case file descriptions. I found a couple hundred rounds and tossed them into a bag with a shotgun and a couple magazines. And while I searched the case files, I found something that shook me to my core. Amongst the files about local murderers and rapists and some missing man named Jacob, I found Shulman's file. And as I read it over very quickly, I found at the bottom of the page a name. Paris Johnson, age 42. Guidesman of the North Star. My hands began to quake. This was it. I had the weaponry and the means to an end. The Shulman case was going to be solved. Fritz and I just needed to get to the state capitol in time. I dragged the bag of weaponry and the case file back to Fritz and started to load the car. Fritz nodded eagerly. Hell yeah, man. Good going giving that CIA agent some justice. IRS, I said under my breath. By the way, Fritz, do you know how to fire one of these? Fritz shook his head no. Sadly, I've only ever had my fists in a baseball bat that one time. I could teach you. Maybe we should do that later tonight or something. I turned on the car and began to speed away. Does John Marsh have the nuclear football?
He's always had the nuclear football. Dr. Kip is right.
Have you guys been plotting without me? What's a nuclear football?
We can't kick him from chat, even though Dr. Kip made an obscene comment. Sorry, Sakram Salma.
Oh God, that's right.
What is football?
I think
Sport you play
I
with.
just. All right, all right. Oh wait, are we lagging? Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. For some reason, I thought we were a bit delayed, but I guess not.
I guess chat's playing tricks on you.
I guess they are.
They always are, those sneaky bastards.
Sneaky chat. Fritz ecstatically nodded and then began to fiddle with the radio channels, hopping from station to station. Soon, as the sun set, the open road began to fade into suburban streets. Soon enough, we approached the open city. I looked up at the moon, a waxing gibbous. The full moon was soon upon us. Fritz eventually got bored of the radio and began to question me. So when do you think you're going to teach me to shoot? Probably in the morning sometime. We have to get to the Capitol building first. Fritz nodded. How did you learn how to shoot in the first place? It's a rare skill to shoot well. I laughed. I never said I shoot well. I just know how to do it. I learned in Vietnam. You have to keep yourself safe somehow. I reflected on learning to shoot in Vietnam, and for the worse, I feared that I had not been taught much. Most of our training with a rifle either was given by assembling and disassembling the thing, and then a quick demo right before our boats landed in port. I hoped that my limited experience would be enough to help Fritz land a couple hits on the IRS before things got too hairy. I didn't want the man in real danger. He just wasn't built for it. As the residual daylight began to fade, we entered the grand boulevards of the capital. Flanked by rows of streetlights, we wandered until we found it. Standing in grand marble sat the Capitol building. We were here, and it was almost time. Sounds like he's got some grand plans here.
Oh, he does. Chat says Fritz is gonna die. You never know.
You never know. Fritz and I pulled into a nearby McDonald's and ordered a couple Big Macs and some fries. We sat in the parking lot, looking at the stars we saw. I wondered if these would be the last ones I ever saw, if the IRS would put a bullet in my head, or put me in prison, or even worse, become one of them. Is the IRS a parasite?
Maybe to Mark.
Maybe March. He does have some interesting theories on them, so,
He does. He does.
Anything's possible.
You never know.
I feared for Fritz, too. Someone limited to his intelligence must struggle to understand the ramifications of what the two of us were going to do the next day. I turned to him to explain what he was in for, but he was already asleep with the Big Mac in his hand. I stole it from his grasp and began to eat it. I hope Mama was doing all right up in heaven, or wherever they put her. She said that God would probably toss her under and make sure she felt wrath like no one had before. I don't know why she said that all the time. Probably because she was crazy. I laughed to myself, munching on the Big Mac. Today was a good day. The first good day I had in a very long time. I finished my burger and turned off the lights in the car. I curled into a small ball in the seat of the car, mesmerized by the stars. Tomorrow, I'll be a hero. Why can't you believe he stole the Big Mac? He's very opportunistic, Dr. Kip. You should know that.
Why are you being so mean to Fritz? Because Fritz is a nerd.
He is a nerd.
The worst.
I had a very strange... Huh?
The worst species of them all, a nerd.
Oh yes, nerds. I had a very strange dream. In it, I was sitting across the table from Mama and Papa and all my other siblings in the old home, and they were all yelling and throwing potatoes at each other. I was telling them to stop. They had to stop. We wouldn't be able to eat if they kept throwing the potatoes. But they did, and I cried. viciously. I couldn't stop myself. Eventually, they ran out of potatoes to throw and just sat at the table, staring at me. I felt hollow, even like if I was beginning to melt. Everything hurt. All I wanted was for them to stop making. Oh, no. God dang it. Hmm.
We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, oh, I see the stream again.
Yeah, this ain't gaming, gaming, gaming. It's back.
I think we're back.
Chat. What did we leave off on? What was the line we left off on?
Yeah,
My
yeah.
connection
What?
died.
What didn't you hear? What did you hear?
Chat's thinking. Chat's thinking.
Ooh, it was think. Um, think. Um, think.
Control F maybe. I don't remember those.
Stuck on the word think. Okay. Yeah.
Marsh's family throwing potatoes. I did remember that part. Start at the start of the dream then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I had a very strange dream. In it, I was sitting across the table from Mama and Papa and all my other siblings in the old home, and they were all yelling and throwing potatoes at each other. I was telling them to stop. They had to stop. I wouldn't be able to eat if they kept throwing the potatoes. But they did, and I cried. Viciously. I couldn't stop myself. Eventually, they ran out of potatoes to throw and just sat at the table, staring at me. I felt hollow, even like if I was beginning to melt. Everything hurt. All I wanted was for them to stop making faces. I woke up in the middle of the night, covered in sweat, and the front of my head was throbbing in pain. I massaged the scarred part of my skull until it felt a little more tender, and curled back up to bed. And there the chapter ends.
Indeed it does.
Oh no. Dreams have great significance in the book.
Yeah, I wrote it because it has great
They do.
significance. Look at the
Yeah.
meaning.
All that meaning.
There's a lot of meaning in there.
So much.
I mean, to me there is.
Man. You're very much setting this up for John Marsh to become domestic terrorist.
That's how I like it. That's what I'm aiming for, Ren.
I guess so.
Don't mess this up for me, okay?
Oh no. I'll do my best.
Was he not already
But
a terrorist? The Diaries of a Terrorist? You never know, chat. You never know.
you never know.
Maybe, maybe not. We can't say that because then we might get audited by the FBI.
Or the
Or
IRS.
the IRS. You never know. I wouldn't
If-
want to be tempting luck with the IRS,
Yeah.
especially.
You really don't want to.
Yeah, especially. I mean, if John Marsh tells me I shouldn't be around them, I shouldn't be around them. They're pretty sketchy guys.
They are pretty sketchy.
Guys, I'm sorry, but Dr. Kip said profanity in chat again. We can't say that. He said some very crazy stuff. We can't delete that. Sorry. It's unfortunate we can't, but you know it is what it is.
Do we need to kick him?
I think we need. I mean, if we can ban him, we might have to.
Yeah, I can see the mod view.
Oh, then maybe we do ban him. Permaban?
Let's see.
Chat says take his Darwin nickels away.
We can block terms. We can block friends along the way.
Oh, good. Block the term friends along the way.
Add. Actually, wait. No, it would just be along friends we made. There.
Yeah. If you do, I'm gonna cry. You shouldn't be crying over losing your ability to say profanity, chat.
Very true.
You don't crying over being a bad dude.
Wait, how do I get out of mod view now?
I think you're stuck.
I'm stuck. Oh, collapse. There we go. And now he's just using a thesaurus now. We're never gonna win.
Yeah. I think we just gotta throw down the ban hammer. But while we throw down the ban hammer, Ren, what did you think of the pet chapter?
thought it was very interesting. He has a gun now.
Mm-hmm.
He
Two
hasn't had a
guns.
gun since like chapter 1.
Two guns.
Oh yeah. Although I guess if you count him stealing the gun from the IRS.
Well, I meant he has the shotgun and the revolver.
Has he had the shotgun this whole time?
No, no, no. He got that from the cop. It was in his
Oh.
duffel
Oh,
bag.
I see.
So he has two weapons.
He's quite a force to be reckoned with.
He's quite the domestic terrorist now.
He really is. Like I'm coming up with ideas how this is going to end, and I'll be frank, none of them are good for him.
Well, he's a bit of a domestic terrorist now, so I don't
Kind
know.
of is, yeah.
I don't know what's gonna be great for him, ending wise.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Kip brings up an interesting point. He says he thought he was always the bad guy, but he's the protagonist.
Well, that's
But
what we
is
call.
John Marsh a bad guy?
No, I think
Or is he just an idiot?
he's just insane.
Yeah,
He's lost his marbles a long time ago.
truly.
Whatever marbles he has left, he used them to like spit at people.
Yeah. Oh,
Kill someone
God.
with his car. That's true. He did kill someone with his car.
That's true. Well, we never said lawful good. I would say chaotic neutral, really.
Yeah. Not even chaotic neutral, just like
True
neutral
neutral.
evil. I mean,
Neutral
he's
evil,
chaotic.
you think?
He's
Interesting.
chaotic, that's true. He doesn't want to be audited by the IRS. He's definitely chaotic, but yeah,
Yeah,
I would say he is definitely. I don't know. He could be neutral, but he could also be evil because he's so self-centered.
that's true. I guess that's if you buy into the evil as selfish thing, though.
That's true.
Like, in his mind, he thinks he's doing the right thing, and I guess you can say that about all the evil people of history.
Yeah, did
I don't know.
well,
It's tough.
I mean, depends on which evil people, because like Charles Manson, I don't know if Charles Manson was like, I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But Hitler probably thought he was doing the right thing. So what is evil? Anyway, we'll have this discussion later, chat. We'll get into this
Very true.
on another episode. But any comments from you guys? Anything you guys want to put in before we wrap?
Yeah, yeah.
Any other
Let's hear it.
color commentary? Evil equals selfish. Good discussion. Good discussion, chat says. We do be philosophizing, chat. That's the truth. We're kind of
We
scholars
really do.
here. We're scholars. Scholars and gentlemen, if you will.
Ha.
More like scholars and idiots, but Seslavai, if you will.
God dang it, Dr. Kip.
Dr.
Well.
Kip, you're the worst. Chat.
Well.
Sphered Buckle also banned. Said a banned term. That's unfortunate.
Ah.
Well, the stream is falling apart. We are getting Among Us references and friends along the way, constantly.
I think we're gonna have to end it before it gets out of
Yeah,
hand.
before it gets out of hand. But thank you guys for all coming tonight. Showing up
Yeah.
to our crazy little podcast.
Yeah. If it falls within the definition of a podcast, yes.
That's very true. Does it kind of? Anyway, we'll get into that. That's a philosophizing episode. At the moment,
Ooh.
we will see you guys next week for the second to
Yeah.
last chapter, the last Ren
Oh
chapter.
God. I have a lot to get done with this. I have a lot of thinking to do on this.
Very true. And I have a lot of thinking to do on the last chapter.
Yeah. Last episode, philosophy episode. Oh no.
Well, that'll be our in between episodes. Will just be philosophy discussions.
Yeah, probably. Oh, thank you, Dr. Kip. I think your belief is misplaced, but it's the thought that counts. Well, I think time to say goodbye.
It's time to say goodbye. Adios, chat. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Good night.
And adios.